So one of my first examples that I have, and it should surprise absolutely no one, the best friends
Yeah.
and like how that group supports each other. How they lift Chris Statlander up, and they're always saying things like how she's the muscle and things like that. And they're why this is important is because like these are male athletes. They are very physically imposing. I mean, Chuck's very tall. Trent is he looks grizzled in a positive way. I mean that in a very positive way, like with the beard and the like, yeah. Orange Cassidy is a perfect human being, and even like when you pull in Danhausen as well, like they're just such a supportive group of each other. Like they show really good, healthy friendship amongst each other. Even when Trent and Orange were kind of going back and forth with the whole title thing, like their friendship survived that. And they're just wonderful. I mean, their hug, you got to give the people what they want.
That's right. I knew you were gonna say best friends, and I was excited about that. Um, of course, I could go on about Danhausen forever, but
Mhm.
like on his Whatnot lives too, he has a low tolerance for any like BS in the comments. He's
Mhm.
very quick to call things out and say like that's stupid, and he does it in like the most Danhausen hilarious way too, to where it's like calling people out, but and he's created this culture within himself too online to where there's not like any there's just not that. It's like the only group that I actually ever would utilize on Facebook is the Danhausen Fanhausen group because it's just so positive and
Yes, it
cool and
is.
like everyone's just hilarious. But and I was thinking about Chuck Taylor too. So I thought of you with the best friends because I was thinking about like what a badass he is and like how he's had some of the best, like coolest, like independent matches ever, and seeing him just be brutal. Like I think back to like a match with him and Johnny Gargano and how they were just throwing each other into tables, and it's like you have like these like badass brutal dudes who still uplift like the women around them and like speak completely positively about like Statlander and other women on the roster, and it's just cool.
Yes, and the love that man has for his dog, it's beautiful. I mean, getting a shirt that matches your dog, I mean, I think that's positive masculinity as well. I also love the fact that Trent is big on rescues and encourages others to rescue animals instead of going to puppy mills or breeders. So, yeah,
Yeah.
he's
I
very
know.
too.
I think it might have been on a TikTok where you touched on this too, but because I still want to read AJ Mendez's book, but I know that her and Trent used to date, and how it sounded like she had nothing but positive things to say about him.
Yeah, she said he was her first for a lot of things, and that he would make her handmade cards and handmade gifts and things like that.
Oh.
And it was her first real experience with a very positive family. Which who's shocked that Sue is, a loving mother behind the scenes? No one. So,
Mhm.
yeah. And I also think the way that they treat Trent's mom and like the love that they have for her is like also another sign of like just positive masculinity. Like, and no one makes fun of Trent for like loving his mom.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think back to like the Attitude Era where it's like how many shots did wrestlers take at moms and like women in general, and it's like I that's never happened with that group at all. It's just
Yeah.
wonderful to see.
Yeah.